Good day, everyone. I am Nada Kukulela from the city of Cape Town, and I'll be presenting with my colleague Oliver on the Bellville Wastewater Treatment Plant Energy Management System. The picture that you see on the right is after the stage 2 audit with some of our staff members that were involved in the implementation, external auditors and support systems that we had in place. The context: with the growth in population in the city of Cape Town comes the increased need for wastewater treatment service delivery. The more efficient, optimal treatment of wastewater allows for improved water quality from wastewater treatment plants while minimizing energy wasted, doing more with less energy consumption, and utilizing existing infrastructure more efficiently. Bellville Wastewater Treatment Plant was a pilot project that already had a management system in place, which was the ISO 9001 quality. And this allowed for a good foundation as it was easier to incorporate another management system with an existing management system in place. The project is currently in implementation phase and has undergone the ISO ACBS Stage 2 ISO 50001-2018 certification audit process. The project funding: the Division of Revenue Act Energy Efficiency and Demand Side Management grant was utilized over the 2 years to develop the energy management system. The Department of Mineral Resource and Energy administers this grant, and business plans were submitted for project approval. During the project implementation, monthly and quarterly progress reports, as well as annual closeout reports, were submitted to DMRE. At the bottom picture just shows a cover page submitted to DMRE. The project profitability: the grant provided was 500,000 and has a payback period of 0.3 years. So at the bottom of our slide, we see the energy savings versus years of operation, where you look at the amount of energy saving in rands over the 4-year period versus the accumulated savings in the 4-year period. So the 500 divided by electrical savings of 500,000 by the electrical savings of 1.6 million. The tools developed on this site and documentations are largely and directly transferable to other plants, and hence future certifications will be at a lower cost within the wastewater branch. The internal rate of return is 335 for this project. I'll be handing over to Oliver to continue.
Thank you, Nada. So what makes this project unique? As far as we're aware, this is the first municipal wastewater treatment plant aiming to achieve ISO 50001 energy management certification in South Africa and possibly also in Africa. The wastewater treatment plants in the city of Cape Town represent a third of municipal electrical energy consumption. So focusing on these plants will help in reducing the municipality's carbon footprint. In terms of the challenges of this project, on the next slide, and how these were overcome. Firstly, there are 2 technologies on the Bellville wastewater treatment plant. Firstly, the diffuse aeration section of the plant, and then the membrane bioreactor section of the plant. Each of these sections have their own subflow meters, which allow us to apportion the baseline in terms of energy consumption for the different plants. And there are also 15 submeters, electrical submeters, that allow, again, a separation of the electrical energy use between the 2 plants and then the flow rates between the 2 plants. And the driver of energy consumption here is, of course, the megaliter throughput into the sections of the plant. Then another challenge was procurement, and in order to promote not just using the least capital cost, we had to put forward life cycle costing approaches, as well as showcase case studies of other municipal energy efficiency projects and the savings realized from those projects. And as I mentioned, this is the first time that this city has implemented an energy management system, so we had to make use of external consultants that are specialists in this regard. In terms of the benefits, we are aiming to, on the next slide, we're aiming to decouple energy consumption from wastewater service delivery. And over the next 15 years, taking a timeline from 2015 to 2030, the expected population served by Bellville Wastewater Treatment Plant is anticipated to increase by 35%. But because of the energy efficiency interventions, there will only likely be an 8% increase in the energy consumption of the diffuse aeration plant at 9.5 million kilowatt hours a year. The plant also has primary settling tanks that obviously help to save energy on the plant by reducing aeration in the reactors, but they also provide primary sludge that will ultimately go into anaerobic biodigestion plant, a centralized plant, that will generate usable fertilizer instead of that sludge going to landfill, and that's currently 2,727 tons per year. In terms of replication, as Nada mentioned, there are 26 wastewater treatment plants, and this is our first energy management certification. But we will be focusing on plants that have ISO 9001 quality management certification already, like the Westview wastewater treatment plant. And we will also ensure that with an existing tender that's just been awarded, that we train internal staff in terms of internal auditing of energy management systems. We thank you for your time, and please see our contact details below. Thank you.